how many of you guys have done training on airspace? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I'm going to go through it at a sort of a high level here. This could literally be a 4-hour course by itself. But just so you guys are aware of what airspace classifications mean, I'm going to go through it here. First, let's start with the basics. Types of altitude. There are 2 different types of altitude. There's MSL altitude, or mean sea level altitude. So that is how far you are above sea level. And your altimeter in an airplane will read mean sea level altitude. When you're looking at an airspace sectional, it's also, all of the altitudes on there are also going to be in MSL. Most drones do not use MSL altitude, but the charts do, so that's why you have to know the difference. Drones use AGL altitude, or above ground level. So this is a screenshot from the DJI app. Down here it says 400 feet. That's 400 feet above ground. I have no idea what my sea level altitude is in that situation. This is a good example of the difference between the two. AGL is, if you were sitting on top of that mountain, AGL is how far you would fall to the ground. Well, I guess if you were sitting on top of the tower, it's how far you would fall to the ground. MSL is what the altimeter would be reading if you were in here. There are 2 different types of charts. There are sectional charts, and all those boxes over here, each one of those is a sectional chart area. They're 1 to 500,000 scale, or 1 inch to 500,000 inches, or about 8 miles. And you also have terminal area charts, and those are the little purple boxes. And they're 1 inch to about 4 miles, and they are only for the areas around major airports. Okay, this is affectionately known in the aviation industry as the inverted wedding cake diagram. There are 6 different types of airspace: A, B, C, D, E, and G. That may be 7. There's no F. I don't know why. There's probably a good story there, but all of these are going to be in MSL. So Class A airspace, you're never going to have to worry about. That's up where the airplanes fly. Class A starts at 18,000 MSL and goes up to 60,000 MSL. There are certain requirements that you have to be able to fly in Class A. You have to have a transponder, you have to have filed a flight plan, and all kinds of other fun stuff. The ones that are going to apply to you are B, C, D, E, and G. So Class B is around the busiest airports. If you look at an airspace chart, Class B airports will have a blue line around them, so B, blue, busiest. Things like Atlanta Hartsfield, LAX, both of the New York airports, the Chicago airports, not Indianapolis. Indianapolis is a Class C airport. C for Crimson Ring. C is for a congested airport, but not as busy as the Class B. Class D airports will have a dashed line around them, so D for dashed and dialogue. And the reason we say dialogue is because there's a tower, so you have to talk to somebody to go there. So Ds are like your executive airports, your general aviation airports. Commercial flights typically don't go in and out of there. Now this is where it gets complicated. Class E is everything that's not A, B, C, or D, and is over either 700 or 1,200 feet, depending on where you are.